suffered that firsthand.
Both of my Hummingway open seeds have also been hook seeds. Fortunately, my last one was at least fairly kind and quick.
Well, we're opening up with a Porum start, which is possibly karmic for Tirasu. But we'll see. Will we get another? Will we get a double Porum? Will we get, it's the best start possible in Free Enterprise?
Any start with a white mage isn't a bad start in my opinion. I'd rather have a white mage at a start than not see one throughout the entire match, which I have had before.
Understandable. Sometimes your white mage is a Sid throwing Cure 3s.
That is very true. Since this is the second match, I believe all of our contestants, our players are at 3 points in the tournament so far.
That would be correct, actually.
And we should any second now.
It looks like we're off. Tirasu at least appears to me.
A little bit of a delay there, and it is a double Porum start.
Well, that's a package. They're probably going to go check that right away.
That is true. Getting the third character up and running would be nice, especially with you starting 2 white mages, though going package route is a good bit of delay right at the start.
That is true. We do have a twin to start off the seed.
So with
of course, though, that's double Porums, and their wisdom stat is not the greatest. That twin spell is not going to be as strong as it could be.
Yeah, I expect all the runners are going to be doing a lot of early looting. They may be waiting to do even Antline until they've visited all the major hubs to do some shopping and looting.
Well, they did pick up a vampire, which is basically a free Antlion boss kill.
And we see Edward in Baron Inn, not exactly who you want to see, since he'll be amongst the first people they collect.
That is correct, Dustminion. It can be double of the same twin. And that, I believe, was an Elven Bow in the grass. Not a bad pickup at the slightest. Tirasu going in to check out the item shop. It has CapnBWhite just, quietly loots Rose's mom's house.
Yeah, the Elven Bow, besides being a pretty high damage piece of equipment, also has a bonus to Wisdom, which will help their early game healing.
Tirasu going to check out the package, saving just in case it's like another Porum. Nope, that's a Foo.
And that is about the best character you could expect right there.
I mean, you have to fight a boss to get him, so that automatically gets him up to 700 HP and 3 more spells. We don't know what he's starting with, but it's probably nothing spectacular.
Still, even just having the 700 HP for these early bosses might be enough to save them. We've got PixelTamer checking out Damcyan Castle, looting all of the chests there.
We have a mop. Mop has been sighted. Cleaning will commence soon.
We see a rune axe in the Damcyan Castle, so if they find a Sid or even a Cane, that would be a decent bit of damage until they can find something a little bit more damagey. Sorry.
Yeah. They can bonk things. They can bonk things quite well.
Yes, unfortunately, Alexa did forfeit this match and is dropping out of the tournament due to personal reasons. It's understandable. Tournaments are big time investments, so if things come up or you don't feel like you can make it through, it's completely understandable.
Going straight to the inn. I mean, you have to go straight into the inn. You're kind of hard forced to. PixelTamer and CapnBWhite, both raiding Mist Village. Is anyone else going to check the character?
Tirasu's got a moon boss on their screen. It looks like it is D-Lunars.
Don't use that, do not use that vampire. That'll end poorly. Well, we're going to be here a moment because... No, wait. I should just cast that twin. Yeah, there you go. They're gone.
And we see PixelTamer also going for their foo, and CapnBWhite continuing on their looting spree.
Unfortunately, small child cannot equip that rune axe. Arms too noodle league for that. We have coffins and cure twos. Both are pretty good things to see here.
The Cure 2s aren't quite as important since we have 3 characters that can cast healing spells. And I almost hate to see coffins this early because you don't have a lot of money, and the shop here is quite a bit out of the way.
Was that an edge in the bed?
Yes, that was indeed edge in the bed. We've got CapnBWhite checking the water passage to see if we have a hidden D-miss there.
It's a Millen variant. It's Millen and friends, and I am perfectly fine with them being there. That fight is so annoying normally.
It's always good to have that information, though, just so you're not in the back of your head wondering if the watery pass or the vanilla mist spot has demissed. We got PixelTamer just about to start their D-Lunar fight.
As Tirasu is going to go get themselves, a hovercraft. They're probably going to go sailing straight on over into Antline Cave, and they're going to give us our first glimpse of what's in there.
CapnBWhite, meanwhile, checking the hop spot and finding Iridia.
So we have Fu and a bunch of small children today. And that's a free boss up on Hobbs.
And CapnBWhite does have 2 coffins, so can go ahead and take care of that real easy.
That's a charm rod. That will be quite handy for Fu if you want him to be casting, black magic.
CapnBWhite only checking the 1 chest on Mount Hobbs. Probably because they don't have the exit spell yet.
Yeah, if you don't have exit spell, it just does not feel worth it to go check those other 4 chests. Also, Tirasu has found Artemis arrows here in Antline Cave. Those will probably come in handy. For a variety of reasons.
Yeah, especially because of the early boss fights not having too much in the way of damage spells. I hadn't seen yet. Do we know what spells Fu has currently?
Oh no, we might see soon. That's a nice friend. Tirasu not even saving, just going straight on down to the boss.
Nothing too exciting in the Fabul chest, though there are some tents which will be a big help this early on.
We still do not know what Fu's spell list, and I guess we will not know until we get into this fight with whoever's down here. And it is a moon boss. It's Ogo Bogo.
CapnBWhite finding mist, but just the spell, unfortunately. Actually putting the lightning arrows on Fu, which I was not expecting.
I like how that first big wave completely missed Fu.
Yeah, the magic attack is low enough on here, and I'm sure Fu's got enough magic defense that gave a good chance for the magic evade to kick in.
It looks like CapnBWhite is finally checking out the mist package and is going to be rewarded with a mop.
You see, both Tirasu and PixelTamer had used the Soma drop, which gives 10 more full MP to Fu.
And Tirasu is the first one to take out our Canadian Lake Serpent. And he is rewarded with a rat tail. Not useful on its own, but as soon as that hook pops up, we can turn that in.
We see PixelTamer going after Ogopogo and using Ice 2, which almost takes it out in one hit.
And down goes Ogopogo for PixelTamer. They pick up the rat tail, and they are going to be headed out of this antlion cave. Now, will Tirasu go up the back of Hobbs with a Fu? Yeah, I mean, obviously, yes. As many bosses as you can kill all the time.
Oh, definitely. It looks like they're going to just peek in at the waterfall cave. Water pass, sorry. He is going to go through the fight just to get the extra 100 HP and 3 spells.
I can't blame him. You want those spells. The sooner that food gets Quake, Nuke, any of the elemental, tier 3 elemental spells, the stronger he's going to be.
CapnBWhite now starting their D-Lunar fight. See if we can get 3 different strategies. No, looks like just Twin.
And we just cast Twin and they die. There's your strategy.
That is true. PixelTamer foregoing coffins to just cast some spells on the guards there. I don't know, Project E. It's still a little early to call that this is going to be Reflect strats. You get a couple good melee characters, and you might not consider very ready for Zeromus.
Oh my body. And there goes Millen 1.
That was actually a pretty long fight for that location. I'm not sure if that's overall going to be worth it for just the 3 spells. Ooh, especially for just Fatal and Sleep.
Fatal has its uses.
And CapnBWhite suffering the boss at the inn there. Can't get through with the old lady.
Kaipuma's showing her true colors once more. And Tirasu did buy coffins, and with getting that fatal spell, they're not as valuable anymore. Don't get me wrong, they're still nice, but he's probably just going to blow them on these 2 goons.
PixelTamer actually clearing out the Hobbs treasure chest, only getting a full moon for their efforts. Vanilla D-Mist at the Mist Cave location.
That could be huge. and it's dead already. I mean, I expect Tirasu will probably go to check for that Demist. Just because that's like, 3 more spells, and you want everything you can get.
Being a caster heavy party, we're also seeing CapnBWhite going through and grabbing the chest from Demon's spot.
I think I saw a tier 3 elemental spell for Fu there. That's pretty good. That's damage.
Yeah, that alone is probably going to clear out every boss up until the moon bosses. I don't even think most of the underground bosses are going to be able to those.
Now, Tirasu is headed over to Fabul again. Another easy boss over here. Probably is going to check for at the back of Mist Cave before too long. And that is the magma key from D-Mist. We do not have a hook safe for you today.
Yeah, that is a huge find since they're the only one that's checked the Demist spot. And depending on how the runners are feeling, they could go through ordeals, which would be a nice chunk of time lost.
Not necessarily, depending on what's up there.
That is true. Could find something nice up there like the D crystal or one of our 2 necessary items to form the crystal. We see the pass on Fabul, so that takes out the need for Darkness Crystal. It is possible just to finish up this seed with getting Sirens and grinding Underground.
Well, that is entirely dependent on getting nothing necessary being on the moon.
Oh yes, definitely. The odds of that do go down if you haven't already found a piece on the surface, which no one has so far. Tirasu unfortunately not getting the twin to hit all of the enemies because they queued it up just a little bit too early before the explosion, so it only targeted the one enemy. Troya containing a multitude of items, including life potions. Looks like PixelTamer is going to take this time to do a little bit of world shopping. All 3 runners using the Soma drop on their Fu. I tend to like using that just to get some extra cash, especially early game. That is true, Bear. There it is. Chance that this could be one of our easiest ones yet, in which case everyone's going to be asking Legend to roll their seeds from here on out. Well, we got some shopping and retraining to go. I do want to thank our restreamer, Legend Harvest. She's doing an awesome job there. And we also have Ake here doing tracking for us this afternoon. So if you have a chance, make sure to follow them and our runners, of course, as well. PixelTamer now going to Baron Inn. Going to get their Eddie if they can get past the Leviathan and whoever's behind that. So that's both Nope ropes fairly early on.
With that Fu Fire 3 already, the second spot should not be a problem.
Tirasu finding some hourglasses in Silvara. looks like Tirasu is going to go straight up ordeals instead of checking Baron in first.
And we have a plague in that second spot.
Something about the Earth is really getting all the moon bosses today.
Should not be too bad.
That just means that we're going to have Wyvern up on ordeals or something.
I mean, that's always distinctly possible. In which case, I hope you bought Star Veils before going up ordeals.
I'm not sure if we've seen Star Veils yet.
And that was just a defense sword from Baronin. So that's an Edward, and hello there, Dark Knight Cecil. I don't think this spot is particularly threatening.
No, Fu's already got 1,000 HP. I don't think we'll have much concern there at all. 19 damage at the top.
Wow. Dark Knight rolling high here.
Not even going to waste time waiting for the fight to finish. I'm going to power through him with a couple of viruses.
That was not so much Pain Man as it was Minor Scratch Fan.
Got CapnBWhite and PixelTamer in the middle of their shopping spree. Always a fan favorite part.
Yeah, probably. No, without, I would not want to fight Zermus without, like, you know, White on the forums, a nuke on Rydia, and an anchor.
PixelTamer making sure to grab a couple Thor Rages. Always a useful item to have in case you have an early spot for Kanazo or even Odin.
And even if you don't have an early spot for Kanazo, those Thor Rages can and will save you. If, we have Big Doll. We have Big Doll. Big Doll, I repeat, we have Big Doll.
Just barely missing that last one. In fact, one of the two dolls had an HP run out from the virus.
This should be fine, though. This virus should kill it.
So we've got Tirasu and PixelTamer on ordeals, and CapnBWhite using their advantage of having the magma crystal and gonna head underground.
Chocobo did it. I don't believe it, but Chocobo did it.
PixelTamer overestimating how much damage Dark Knight Cecil would do and did a Cure 2 on the party.
I mean, you're trying by some of the worst spots for him to just like roll you. Oh, that's an Earth Crystal. I believe the rabbit hole continues on Earth for Tirasu.
And yeah, that is the big thing. When if you take the time to do ordeals and you get a rabbit hole item, chances are you're going to chase it because you're already doing ordeals, you're already committing time to it, so you want extra time that you've used. Tirasu naming all their Tellas weak, so all weaks have learned Medio. We're finding a heroin robe in the underground.
That's worth selling. That's always worth selling. I'm not a big fan of using it for damage unless I have like a Rosa, an Armus Bow, the whole nine the whole works.
Having Iridia not much else to do, it might be worth putting on her, just because you don't have no other melee characters.
I think CapnBWhite forgot that he did not have Luke Key.
I have made the mistake of mixing up Feymarch and the Luca Key spot on multiple occasions.
This PixelTamer is about to get their Earth Crystal and very sad octopus.
CapnBWhite actually opening up a treasure chest to find the monsters. Looks like there's only one monster chest in the Feymarch cave, so probably going to open up the other ones to try and get any loot they can find.
I'm just waiting on Tirasu to check the back of Mist Cave. You want money, you want HP, and you want spells on that. Oop, goodbye, Runex. Give me those illusions.
Illusion's crazy good against certain bosses, since that'll allow you to take 3 physical hits with no damage.
And that's a Zeus gauntlet out of the bottom of Feymarch Cave here. Not a bad pickup.
And going back to Rydia, adult Rydia, if they do Dwarf Castle, can equip that. So between that and the Heroine robe, she can actually be a pretty formidable physical fighter. She is, however, unable to equip it until she is an adult.
Tirasu about to give Leviathan, and then I already forgot what's next. The business. Plague. Plague is what's next.
PixelTamer immediately going to Troya and probably turning in the Earth Crystal to go to Zot.
Let's just hope that pays out for them. Or, don't. If you're spiteful. But hopefully, I just hope it, it has something to offer. Like another 2 Foos, a Legend Sword, maybe a Foo, a Cecil, and a Crystal Sword. Something nice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Feymarch chest is just an Avenger, which doesn't do any good at this time.
Ooh, there's Quake on Tirasu. Oh, that could be free.
Yeah, that's either going to be the Water Hag or...
Oh, wait, no, this is not going to be free in the slightest.
Oh, no, didn't heal up beforehand.
And even healing up beforehand would not have helped them. That is the sort of fight where you really want to get illusions out immediately or you die.
Yeah, and it's just fast enough, just plowing through them.
Bonk, 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 bonk. Sometimes Water Hag is not free.
I've never tried. Can you Hourglass Water Hag?
I'm unsure.
PixelTamer taking on the 3 Dark Imps up in the first tower of Zot.
Just, replay Hazy, ask again later. And Tirasu is also headed up Zot. Of course, Tirasu also has Quake. So...
Having Hourglasses, though, means that the Dark Imp spot at least is free.
CapnBWhite is going to heal and probably go back again. Okay, no Hourglass on Hag. You have to just bonk them 3 times or die.
Makes sense. I just had never taken the time to try it myself.
And that's a Moon Veil from the Treasury, so... Now, Tirasu, again, has Quake, is probably can just roll right on up to the Dark Imps and go, hey there. And they'll die, immediately. Edward. Fight, Edward.
I always forget that even if you don't have Edward in your party, she will use whatever you named Edward. So there's been some real interesting ones for that fight.
Good night, Porm. Good night, Fu. Again, just trying to rush that fight out is not going to do you any good in that spot. You need to use an illusion or a blink or something, or you die. Okay, that Kane with that defense sword we found and that Avenger is a big find.
And we now know that Val will be the boss at Dwarf Castle. So having that Kane for that fight could make a big difference as well.
And the second character here is Edge. These are some nice pickups here. We're probably going to say goodbye to one of these. Well, we're probably going to say goodbye to Edward and one of these Porms.
I would actually probably keep both the Porms and get rid of Viridia myself. We do see CapnBWhite did have an illusion, got that out, so we'll be getting Water Hag down.
Hopefully, as long as the Water Hag is just like, no, you not get to move. Punch, punch. And nope, it looks like he's fine. It looks like he's through. Tirasu taking the safety save because anyone who has played this enough knows full well that whatever is behind at the second spot up here on Zot can and will give you the business if you're being cocky. It will go like, oh no, you have made the wrong choice, and that's an Excalibur.
Yes, unfortunate diving the bosses there and only getting an Excalibur and some XP, but hey, it's one less check at least.
And I expect Tirasu to make the same choices that PixelTamer did. Goodbye, Porum. Goodbye, Edward. Oh, we have another free boss up here. Tower Azat is exceedingly free today.
Losing out on a little XP just because they didn't use an hourglass, but not a huge deal.
No, speed there is probably more important than the hourglass, to be honest.
Yes, with both bosses being free at Zot, that does mean that 2 less chances that a moon boss is going to be free, so that does hurt a little bit if we do end up going to the moon.
And that's the hook. Oh boy!
And
do they chase the hook, or do they look for the magma key?
Yeah, that is going to be a really tough call. We might see PixelTamer check in on DMS. No, it doesn't look like it. So this is probably going to be straight into turning in the rat tail.
Oh, wonderful Zot. Thank you for this bounty. Of course, if they see, like, if they go down to that hook route and see, like, oh, that's a pan, that could be huge.
The pan essentially guaranteeing you 3 checks at once for going into the Sylph Cave instead of just the 1. Always a nice find.
But here's the thing: if they go down and check that, check the boss spots for the character and Evelyn, and they see like Golbez and the Rubicon spot, they know full well that there's like the magma key hiding out there, probably behind D-Mist. Because again, bosses like Golbez, Velvalis, Wyvern cannot be blocking the only path underground. And Tirasu is checking out the back of Mist Cave. So they're going to get rewarded. And not punished.
Meanwhile, PixelTamer is going to go ahead and go the hook route and see what the character and boss there at the very least. At this point, though, with a Foo and an Edge,
Oh, that's a
probably
nuke.
pretty
Nuke.
safe in just going for it.
We have nuke sighting, everyone. We have nuke sighting on that foo. Also, CapnBWhite is lagging behind in boss kills compared to the other runners, so they just picked up Virus. Tirasu just picked up that Magma Key. That's a Dark Imp at Hook.
And
So,
yet another Edward.
oh, that Edward's not staying. Unless PixelTamer really wants an anchor right now, that Edward is just going to go by.
Edward certainly does have its uses in Zeromus' fights, but if you've already got a well-balanced team, especially mid to late game, or mid to early game, there's really no point in keeping him.
Some people would dispute that. I know Senbu, definitely would.
Yeah, but we're not all monsters like Senbu, so. I mean that in only the best ways.
Tirasu is probably going to go immediately. Oh, wait. No, Tirasu did not turn in the rat tail yet. Now Tirasu is turning in the rat tail. And it's probably going to go to immediately to turn in that pan.
Oh, definitely. That is some good luck on his part, remembering that before diving into the underworld.
CapnBWhite is going to get their first check here and just be like, huh, we don't know what it is yet, but my guess is it's not going to be great. It's going to be like a Drain Spear.
We do see PixelTamer doing a little bit of grinding on the Mad Ogre chest.
Okay, never mind. That is a dragon. That's spicy. Looks like Tirasu may be going to check out on who the character is in Cave Evelyn, or not. They may actually leave that hanging for a while.
Probably just left it there because you've already got it in tow, and the off chance that you need to go there.
And I mean, sometimes you do need an anchor, and that could be your character for anchoring. Tirasu is doing the dive straight into Sylph Cave. Probably not feeling particularly like going through Dwarf Castle, knowing that Valvalis is there, and that's just a hassle.
Meanwhile, PixelTamer is committing to the hook route.
That's a Leviathan. So we bonk Yang, get Leviathan, and go, wait, we have Iridia. And then we go talk to Shield, and she gives you Bahamut. It's like, oh, well, I guess that Leviathan is immediately invalidated.
It might really pay off if the Sheila 2 check doesn't have anything for CapnBWhite, since they have not done haven't gotten the Earth Crystal yet and haven't gone Bazaar.
And that's Mill Z. So PixelTamer is this path did not have any big bosses blocking the way, so they don't have to worry about going through this and
Yeah, it's perfectly possible for PixelTamer to never find Miss Dragon, and therefore not going to feel too bad about doing the hook.
Tier 3s in Fame March are pretty nifty. I know what you mean. I like Tier 3s. Give me more of them.
Always tend to grab a couple, even if you've got plenty of white magic, just in the off chance that you have a Porum wipe. Pixel has lost a little bit of time, but CapnBWhite diving early, now having to go back and do the above ground bosses, I don't think is going to be too huge. I also don't see any huge plays by Tirasu yet to make it where I would confidently say that PixelTamer's way behind.
Now, here's the thing. I don't think CapnBWhite immediately dies Earth Crystal if he gets it, though. I think he goes back underground once he gets, like, spells on that foo. Anyway, Tirasu is about to go find themselves, a water hag. And with, like, Foo spamming Quake and Redia spamming that Leviathan summon, I would say Magus Sisters is on the table for him as well.
And he's actually going straight for the Magus Sisters.
Get them illusions up. Oh. Or Shuriken.
The physical damage in that spot isn't super high, so the magic's, yeah, there we go. That's the bigger concern.
Oh yeah, no, that magic is, it's a little rough. Also, I'm pretty sure he's regretting selling that rune axe about now.
We do see him using the Avenger strategy where you equip a more powerful weapon and then switch it out with Avenger mid-battle, and you keep the stats of the higher damage weapon. Unfortunately, he does get immediately sniped.
You might actually, before you even consider coming down here to fight these bosses, might want to go eat a couple of eggs.
I'm not sure yet. Did they find sirens? Yeah, our tracker Ake here has let us know that we have not found sirens yet. We do see Meteor, which wipes out the Magus Sisters. Very good.
Actually, CapnBWhite has found sirens. And that's the Twin Harp. We know that the Water Hag does not have value. So that could be the only that's the only thing we really care about down here. And CapnBWhite is out to fight about Valis with an all-magic team. That's not going to be a good time.
And since they haven't gone up to Zot, they do not have Kame. And this is just Rubicant because they're alone in this spot. If it was the four elements, we would get to see all four of them dancing. So a little disappointing there.
Tirasu heals up to go check out Water Hag.
PixelTamer clearing out the boss guarding the hook route and doing a little bit of menu cleaning up their spells for Fu.
Not a bad idea.
Tirasu going back and taking on the second fight in the Fey March, which was the Water Hag.
Going to get rewarded with a good Rubicant, can you die already? Water Hag immediately knocking out Rydia because Water Hag's rude. Did you get the memo?
To be fair, if everyone always constantly made fun of me for being too weak and being a free boss, if I got the chance, I would make sure to slap a couple Rydias around as well. I'm just seeing how many Rydia fans I can offend today, since I already said that I'd rather take the Porum over Rydia. We get our nice weapon to throw, and we're checking. PixelTamer is now going around and grabbing the Yang spot.
Hi, Rydia. Would you like Rydia to throw more dragons? I would keep that Rydia above the Edward. You have Bahamut.
I will say, since we do have Bahamut, that it would make more sense to keep Rydia than Porum in this case. But at the point when I said it, we did not. PixelTamer are looking like they're going to go and do their dwarf castle, while we're having CapnBWhite trying to take it on without a cane.
Popping out the Medio.
Max Frost. Unfortunately, Alexa Lefay isn't able to continue participating in the tournament due to personal concerns, so she has dropped out for the rest of the matches.
We wish her luck, and,
She will be back tomorrow, calming a race, so it's not like we're not going to be seeing her around.
And there is Bahamut from CapnBWhite. Did you see what the second item was from
It was
the fan?
the Darkness Crystal, so Sheila 2 is going to be a very nice find.
I think Val who? There is no Val here.
Our job dwarf is a history professor tonight. So we at least have PixelTamer's run validated.
Val is just a little dead. Now, what is Tirasu going to do?
With the party he has, I would go straight to the moon.
Or he could.
He's...
He looks like he's actually going to be hunting for sirens first. And
I can understand that, but the refights aren't too hard to find, so...
So would you like another ninja? All that work for a ninja.
And the answer to that is yes, but since CapnBWhite hasn't done Zot and hasn't gotten the cane or the...
I'd like to point out again that this is going to just motivate him to put off Earth Crystal even longer.
That is very true.
Although his options at this point are go up ordeals. Or, go up ordeals or go up Keyless Tower.
Tirasu now validating their run with their history professor.
And I am willing to bet dollars to donuts that value is at Islam Moon at this point.
Yeah, Tirasu now checking Dwarf Castle, going to find their sirens, and at that point, I could see them going to the moon.
They have a Fu. He already knows the week. They could do a D machine grind. Which I would not, blame them for doing. It is not a bad idea of what you have at the moment.
Yeah, I always forget that that's an option because I am always terrible at it. I will make it halfway through the grind and then wipe.
Darkness is not at Keyless Tower. Darkness is at Sheila 2, behind Pan, behind Earth Crystal, behind Ordeals.
Even without a slingshot, it can still be more than worth it to do the D-Machine grind over reuse.
And here we see Tirasu, I bet, is going to go look for possibly an anchor here. Maybe not.
Yeah, Edward is not going to be the ideal candidate for a slingshot, so if that is what they're looking for in the Ebling Cave, they will be a little disappointed.
Those silk webs are very nice, though.
PixelTamer now taking on their bosses in the Fey March.
The only potential value from Fey March is that twin harp. And I don't know about you, but I just don't have the desire to check twin harp if I can help it.
Since no runner yet has currently done something that I personally would find would make me feel behind, yeah, I'd feel the same way if I had taken a number of wipes. Actually, thinking on that, CapnBWhite did have a couple problems with Siren, so if they're feeling behind, they might be feeling generous and doing the harp.
Oh, did Tirasu not do no, he's just going through the shops. I think he forgot to mark down what shops had what. What he's hunting for, I could not tell you.
Looks like whatever he was looking for, he's given up on and decided to go to the moon now. Meanwhile, Tirasu and CapnBWhite just kind of retreading what we've seen so far.
CapnBWhite being shown fun by the Magic Sisters. Although that is a here comes the media.
And I'm gonna say both Rydias taking a hit to the chin there.
Not unusual. PixelTamer is going to be our second runner going through Dwarf Castle. As Tirasu is getting ready to go live on the moon.
Doing a quick item shop check. I wouldn't be surprised if they go and check the Hummingway shop as soon as they get up there. Probably looking for some Bacchus.
They actually already found Bacchus wines. They were in Tamra. I think there's actually not much value in the Hummingway shop at this point, so they're not going to check it. Anything of value they could have wanted that could have been in there, I think they found elsewhere. Or not. Could be hourglass ones they're looking for. As CapnBWhite just gives the Bacchus sisters, you know, quad nines, the works.
And it's just some star veils and bombs. We do see CapnBWhite picking up their twin harp.
And Tirasu is getting ready to head into the lunar subterrane.
So that's signifying that they're probably going to dive down deep and do the bosses in reverse order.
And that is a Rosa. Do we see the Dichinoporum? We probably see the Dichinoporum.
Probably. This late in the game, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to keep Porum, especially right before your grind.
Oh yeah, goodbye, Porum. Not Rosa is oh, we seem to have someone who's going to go check music.
It sure looks that way. CapnBWhite heading straight for the Black Chocobo and into Magnesis Cave.
Now, once he gets down there and once the music starts, I believe Mary to Let's Play and myself are both going to go quiet for a moment so everyone can take in the music and then immediately shout out what it is.
Yeah, more likely than not. Otherwise, I'm going to hear a lot of feedback. And I'm not a big fan of my own voice, so
So we're going to go quiet as he gets into the first part of this fight, the Dark Elf cutscene, and then we're going to pray it's a wyvern because I'm vicious.
Wyvern's the only moon boss that we haven't seen yet. So yeah, that would be a fun place for it.
Well, we haven't
But
seen Pale
only
Dim
if
either.
there's value.
We have not seen Pale Dim either, which is the other fun boss. Tirasu has picked up an Asura summon, and this Fu is about to, die.
We do see PixelTamer grabbing their pan, and now for the quiet.
Oh, hey, Super Mario Bros. 2 Athletic. Okay. Oh, that's free. We don't want that. Get that out of here. Also, Gomez doing what Gomez does best.
Unfortunately, wiping Tarasu's party there.
That's okay. There's an easy way to deal with this. I think Tirasu should know how it works. They became conscious. I'm pretty sure. Well, no, this spot's magic defense is too high. You could nuke the front one, but I don't think Fu learns nuke until 1700.
Tarasu managing to get a Starveil off on Edge and Kane, which should be enough to get them through the Golbez fight.
Depending on if they don't get eaten. PixelTamer just walk. That's a Stardust Rod. That is not value. Oh, that is a kind of value. If you want those Bahamut's to hit slightly harder. But yeah, that does seem to indicate that all value, the seed, is on Moon or at top of Keyless Tower.
Woober, the siren, or I'm sorry, the Starveils before being eaten will last just a little bit after, as you can see now.
I think it really depends on the spot and how fast it moves. If Golbez is really slow in the spot, that Starveil will probably fall off. And good night, Rydia. Because it all depends on the ATB tick system. Sometimes that star veil will never fall off because everyone's just like constantly taking actions. Sometimes it just, wears off instantly. Like, what happened to my star veil?
I think that Tirasu should be fine though, because of the difference in agility between Rosa, who was starting levels, and the fact that Edge now has Berserk. I don't think that Star Veil is going to be wearing off.
And frankly, at this point, Rosa might be more valuable just, dead. Buy yourself a giant stack of either twos and just live. And just live with the fact that Fu is going to be your healer.
PixelTamer just getting to the moon themselves and grabbing a Rosa.
Goodbye, Porm. Instantly booted out of the party.
Rip.
I would expect no less. We have another moon boss at the top of tower. If it's Wyvern, this is probably one of those places where he's just like, oh, you tried. Because the magic attack up here is just not great. Hey, it's our boy!
And does not make it on that first Mega Nuke, so that's probably going to be a wipe.
Oh, Wyvern, my friend. Golbez finally dying for Tirasu.
And it looks like CapnBWhite's going to go straight back in, lower the battle speed, see if they can take them out.
A Master Moon and a Protector Ring. You know what? Give me the Ninja Sword. I'm pretty sure at this point that Edge could solo this entire dungeon. I would not want to try it, but he probably could. That is true. Mega Nuke is still a Mega Nuke. It will end your day.
And we're going to see if PixelTamer is going to go straight into bosses, or if they're going to attempt to do a little grinding themselves first.
Tirasu is Hi, Odin. You're not who I want to see here either. Wow, these awful bosses on the moon. I like it. Punching out Radio like immediately.
Meanwhile, PixelTamer is going to go ahead and do some Ryu grinding. That 1 HP hit from Rydia, not enough to kill the weakened Ryu.
And frankly, I think I'm starting to agree more with just doing the bosses on the moon if you can before you start your grind. Just in case you get those 10 key items so you don't have to sit there for a while longer.
I can't see the value in that, but I tend to at least do 1 or 2 just to bump up my levels enough that I'm not worried about being one shot by just about every boss on there. Especially because we've already lost a lot of the free bosses, the Dark Imps, the Water Hag.
Out comes a nuke, and that Odin is getting ready to, run over your party. But he's dead, so who cares?
That is about as close as you can get.
Also, this is why you don't, why he just cast Quake. And that is a light sword. Not what we're after.
We've seen quite a lot of Cecil gear, and no Cecils to go with.
Cecil doesn't. It's a well-known fact that Cecil does not exist, no matter what Woobear tells you.
Now, see, before this seed, I was thinking the same thing for Edge.
Okay. Get that defense sword back on. Going to go check out the Okobogo spot because these first two spots just did not have the value. Also, looks like things are going well for CapnBWhite with Wyvern here. Might be about to wipe. Just barely avoids dying. Will this quake seal the deal? It does.
And it does, just barely with 9 HP left on Fu.
That's the adamant at the top of the tower. Oh, and hello there.
Absolutely makes all this worth it. Unfortunately, CapnBWhite is going to have to get the Earth Crystal and go to Zot at some point so they can get their pan and get themselves to the moon.
So they're going up to moon with a piece to go mode. Now, it's going to take a moment to see who does what's just exactly is up here.
We do unfortunately see that we've got the Fabul Gauntlet at the Ogopogo spot, so this is going to be a long, brutal fight.
Ready to gain the business end of a punch. PixelTamer about to have a fun time with Golbez. The best boss in the game. I do like how some people are carrying on my poker night joke for the moon. And I mean, we have a who's of the moon series of poker up here.
Just getting a diamond ring from one of the trap chests in Zot. Not exactly a good find.
That said, anything that can like lead back to anything on Earth, there has to be at least like, you know, a Tower key or Luca key or a Baron key up here.
I believe all of the Earth checks have been done already, at least
Nope.
as far as the commentary.
As far as we haven't seen any of those three keys.
Yeah, so they're at least one of them has to be up on the moon to lead to the others.
Now, what would be pure comedy potential is Tower key leading to Legend Sword. Your one-stop shop for go mode. The Tower. Our blue light special on crystal fragments.
I'm kind of hoping that isn't the case, because that would probably mean that CapnBWhite wouldn't be checking it anytime soon. Even if you find the tower key on the moon, if you've already had to dive tower once, you're not really inclined to do it again.
I mean, no, but it would be funny, and that's why I want to see it.
Tirasu almost done with the full ball. One more fight after this one. Meanwhile, PixelTamer does get the Starbale up at just the last second to stop being wiped by Golbez.
Fu surviving with that 50 HP.
It's all going to be whether the Starbale is going to hold long enough for him to defeat Golbez, because there won't be any ATB shenanigans this time.
Well, there's still ATB shenanigans because Golbez is just going so fast here. That's a white shirt. That is not the value we're looking for. So these bottom 3 spots have all been trash, basically. You could avoid them and not really lose anything of value besides really good gear. Kane survives. Kane does not care about that giant lightning bolt to the face he just took. And Tirasu is making their way over to the Wyvern spot.
And there goes Golbez. That Bahamut being a complete overkill, wiping out those dolls.
They just wanted to play, and you threw it, and you threw a dragon at them. You monster.
Now just imagine CapnBWhite holding a doll in one hand and dragging the other. Ah! No, I'm on fire! I have to check and see what we have at the Wyvern spot.
It's a well, that's like a wyvern. It's not quite a wyvern, but it's like a wyvern.
That's it, especially at this spot. That's basically a free boss as long as you've got some Star Veils, and even then they'll probably get it down before.
They probably won't. This spot has a decent amount of HP, not like, a huge amount. But it's probably going to get its mega nuke off and then, die immediately afterwards. Rydia dies, who cares? That Rydia is probably going to get replaced by an Edward. Spoilers.
Yeah, I'm not having a whole lot of luck with Rydia.
That's a Luca key. That could be a trash. That key could be absolute trash.
It could be trash, or it could be absolute trash.
It's either trash or absolute trash. We don't know until someone turns it in. So probably going to pop a cabin, pop a save, and go back in to check PixelTamer spot.
Since you don't have to check the boss there, it might be worth it just to go back to Earth, check it. If it's not anything worthwhile, loading up your last save. If the item isn't important, it's not a super long check, even though going through the sealed cave is a bit of a chore. And if you think at all that you're behind, or if you want to try something that you don't think the other runners will do, it might be a good avenue to take.
True that, Woo Bear. Now, what do we have at PixelTamer spot? We know it's not Golbez. It's helmets. Okay, this is free. Pop that Star Veil. And now start popping Cures and Cure 3s and Fire 3s. No, oh, you forgot the turn. Never mind, this stopped being free because Kane is like someone forgot to unequip an Avenger.
I have definitely been guilty of that more than once. At least it's not Demas, where that can add an extra 3 or 4 minutes to a fight. Just gonna roll with it though, and also block this up edge for the double physical attacks.
Just coughing cane, it's fine. But I want that cane to get experience. And this fight's not gonna last that long anyway. We're already at Valvalis. See, they're dead. Who cares? And that's a spoon. We have something to throw at Zeramus. As CapnBWhite shows the meaning of overkill to some imps. Will there be value in Cave Bahamut?
As Weir points out, that does give Tirasu their 10th key item if they want to take this opportunity to grind. But with the levels that they got from fighting the bosses, they may not even need to.
And frankly, if the gear they have and having no easy access to white, or not white, they have easy access to weak. They have a foo. I was trying to say that maybe gold dragons were not the grind option. No, gold dragons are the grind option here.
CapnBWhite finishing up their Zot. Gonna get their, oh, I'm sorry, they still have one more fight there. But getting their characters, and we'll be getting their pan very soon.
And we have a and now I'd like to point out that's an antlion here. So we're adding antlion off to get pizza for the poker table over here in Cape Bahamut. Yeah, as China's pointing out, antlion there is going to be rough. Antlion is just going to truck you for damage to the point where I say it's probably a better idea to just I don't know, berserk your edge, berserk your cane, and just pray.
Tirasu does have 30 illusions, so as long as they can keep the illusions up, it shouldn't be too big of a problem. Did Tirasu never find life potions? Because I see that they're casting life 1 with Rosa.
I think it's just how the turn order fell out. Tia getting like 13 levels because she's been dead at Radia getting like 13 levels because she's been dead at the end of like literally every fight. Just no luck dying.
We see CapnBWhite turning in their rat tail.
Radia finally picking up Quake for Tirasu, like a year later.
And then people wonder why I'm not that big of a fan of Radia.
It really depends on what you get from her. If you like get that Bahamut summon like immediately, who cares about Quake being learned at like level 40, whatever.
That is true. And she is, of course, really good early on if you can get the Heroine Robe and the Dragon Whip or something.
Or if you have, if you get like luck immediately into a soul summon, at which point it's just like she is your early game nuke. She just takes care of whatever's on the overworld, no questions asked.
CapnBWhite going to turn in their pan and get their Dark to Sheila too.
Tirasu getting more levels. Rosa has learned her big ticket spell. Here's a question: do we pop another siren to get the? Tirasu's debating it.
Yep, going to go ahead and do that. And after they finish off the outline, they should have more than enough. Dustminion, it really just depends. There's lots of options for Rydia, and therefore you can usually find a niche for her, but there are seeds where you just don't get the gear and you don't get the summons, and then she's just middling at best throughout most of the seed, especially if you don't immediately do Dwarf Castle to get the level 2 spell.
Yeah, that's the problem there. Is that Palom like literally outpaces her on all the important early game spells. And there is probably nuke for Rydia. Yep.
CapnB getting their Darkness Crystal, probably going to go straight to the moon, in which case we'll have all 3 runners on the moon. Tirasu actually not even fighting the Ant Lion, just exiting out right away.
Well, he probably wants to save after all that grinding, get that cabin off, and just go back in at maximum power.
Makes sense.
Because, again, that's Antlion. That's rough. Antlion is like the one boss you don't want to see anywhere. Well, not anywhere. You want to see Antlion in low attack spots. Yeah, Palom has better HP growth, even though it's almost comparable to Porum's HP growth. It's still better than Rydia's. Yeah, normally I would not recommend microwaving things like antlion meat. It just makes it tough and nasty. In this case, I would make an exception.
Goodbye, Light Sword.
No one likes you anyway. I have an Excalibur. Why would I care? Please don't punch Rydia. And by Rydia, I mean Rosa. I want her to live.
Yeah, honestly, with the spellcasters they have and illusions, if the damage was too tough, it's not looking like it's gonna be a super hard fight here. Antlion will only counter physical attacks, even things like Yang's power move don't set it off.
It just literally only cares about if you're like using direct damage auto attacks. And
down it goes.
And Antlion is served. And it holds. The tower key. I bet you Tirasu chases that immediately. That's 2 checks back to back.
That was the last moon boss, so there's going to be a Baron Key somewhere in either Tower or Luca or some chain of some sort. So if you do Tower and you get Baron Key, do you immediately chase Baron and the 2 spots there?
Yes.
Or do you do a quick Luca check?
Because I guarantee you CapnBWhite is not going to go straight up tower because he's like, I've already pretty much banked on tower key having nothing. I'm going to chase this Luca key.
Yes, for how nice the seat has been for characters, having all these chains is definitely just that last little twist of evil to make up for it.
Also, level 60 characters can probably survive a Mega Nuke here. Just based off HP and, yeah. Seed does not need more Baigen. No seed needs more Baigen. Get Baigen out of our life.
Well, with the remaining spots, wherever Baigen ends up, it's not going to be too threatening anymore.
Baigen just taking a vacation in the Giant, and that's fine. He can stay there.
No,
we have not seen Luigi.
yet.
Also, I would like to point Tirasu made a safety save there at the near the base of the tower, just in case there's nothing up here. It's going to find themselves a wyvern, but they should be fine.
A safety save doesn't make too much sense here since you have to go through the tower after you turn in the tower key anyways.
Lion is down for PixelTamer.
Going to do a little bit of run buffering just to give them that much more breathing room to get a couple Star Veils off.
Make a new comes out, Mrs. Fu. And yeah, everyone just survived it. Like, what was that?
That was like 1200 damage for a Mega Nuke. I think that's just about as low as I've seen.
Again, this spot does not have much for magic damage.
So we see CapnBWhite taking on Antlion. So they're going to be getting their... This was the tower key, right?
Yeah, that's where Tower Key was at. Probably doing this thinking he's way behind and is just going to be rewarded with that Tower Key. He's like, oh, I'm not going back to check this. Not right now.
Yeah, it's really brutal when you feel like you're behind and you get a check like that. This is about the 90-minute mark where people are going to be thinking, okay, where are the dot zones? What hasn't been done? What hasn't been checked?
Oh, did he reset out of that Tower Key?
Unfortunately, it was.
Oh, hi, CPU.
Nice
CPU is dead.
You can't complain about that.
Well, here's the question. Does PixelTamer go up tower first, or does he turn in that Luca key? Going up tower, 2 checks. That's the right play.
Yeah, PixelTamer didn't finish all of the checks on the moon, so getting that tower key and checking everything out there, good plan when you haven't seen any dot zones this late.
Fortunately, I don't think they have the levels to survive a Make a Nuke to the face just yet.
Maybe not, but they've got enough speed that they can probably get at least one Starveil off.
Well, speed is very relative in this game.
That is true.
And what does Hataraki have? Pink Tail. Okay. So up next is we're going to go down. Tirasu is going to go down and check out that Luka key, which we know has to be the Baron key at this point. So Legend Sword has to be at Baron.
Yeah, it's very much looking like it's going to be a 17 out of 17.
And again, I don't think Tirasu. I mean, Tirasu got that heart very early. You have to expect that at least one person went down to check it. So I don't think he's going to head over there. Because, like, you got the pass, you knew the adamant was down here. If someone did not go check out that twin harp to see if they had all three pieces on the earth, no, that does not happen. So he's just going to probably ignore that twin harp. And I expect PixelTamer will do the same thing.
And it is still just a numbers game as well. That's still more checks at Baron, and you can check those faster than you can do the checks at the Twin Harp.
Two people dodged that Mega Nuke. Only Rydia just,
I'm thinking that's Riddy's official position for this seed.
Okay. Tirasu heading down the cave. Fortunately, I don't. Was the Luka key at was it at Wyvern spot? Can someone help me out here?
So, because it was the bottom three spots on the moon didn't contain anything, so I believe it was what.
This seems familiar, but I can't put my finger on it. This evil wall is going to get nuked, by the way. I also think Tirasu is going to probably skip over Dwarf Castle, because again, there has been no finishes, and there's no way no one did not do Dwarf Castle hunting for items. And now Tirasu is just going to be warping out with that Baron key.
And then the only real question remaining is whether the Legend Sword is going to be on the King or on Odin.
You know what? Let's say Odin, Kainazo, just for sheer, you would have been threatening if I had been here, like, I don't know, 30 minutes ago.
CapnBWhite doing a little bit of Ryu grinding as PixelTamer is finishing up their tower.
Yep, and that's just a pink tail. Right.
I don't blame Tirasu for skipping over Dwarf Castle entirely, though. That is a long couple cutscenes.
I mean, could be Vanilla Nazo. Vanilla Nazo has happened more than once. If I remember correctly, they have a curse ring, they have a food, they're fine for anchoring purposes. I completely forgot about that. And we don't even have to save. We've seen all the really nasty bosses. We know where they're at. So we can just go straight on through to murdering everything in the Baron Castle.
Well, since we've had so many Cecil swords this time around, I can almost guarantee it's going to be Cecil.
Bacon!
Oh no, the Vanilla Baigan. How will they get through?
I think they'll manage. An hour and a half ago, we saw this guy here. We just forgot.
Yeah. We've had a lot on our minds, a lot going on. We've been to the moon and back.
And we have a loogie on the phone.
Yes, Tirasu not checking Odin first. It kind of makes sense. Even if you clear the Odin spot first, you either have to walk back out of Baron, or you have to do this the king spot anyway, so you can leave the castle.
And he's dead already. Didn't even get to talk about haha the real fight.
And
Hi Rose at number 2. As CapnBWhite is now going through the fights that we know offer him no real value. Except the Ninja Sword. A Ninja Sword is value.
And so, did they throw out the Legend Sword, or is Odin holding on to it, the Odin spot?
PixelTamer picking up their Baron Key. And in the trash can is the Legend Sword. Tirasu is in go mode. And not having to do any grinding or any preparations for Zeramus. Probably going to go get that crystal, see what is in Coco's shop, and then go straight over to Troya after possibly some party arrangements. Sand Ruby was Dwarf Castle.
Yes, we did have 2 runners check Dwarf Castle and already got their Sand Ruby, so it was either going to be the spot. Nothing too fancy in the shop there. I never know if you can actually call a fetch quest value. Yeah, it pays off, but it's a spot that you check afterwards in the hole that's the real value.
And we have our party arrangement happening for. Oh, wait. We had that white shirt this entire time. I completely forgot about it. And we have a lunar staff, so that gives Rosa some good old fashioned.
26 agility is not what you want to see for an anchor, though.
I believe he does have that curse strain if he remembers it. It's there, sitting in your inventory. I know I saw it.
No, going to leave it as is. Okay, at least switching Fu into the middle.
And this is one of those. And lowering their battle speed so they have like more time to react is not a bad idea at this point. When you do not have a good anchor, you need to make sure you get every action in and that they count.
And CapnBWhite looks like they're going to do a full clear on the moon, following the normal pattern of going down and then up, so they might be at the sea for a little while longer. Bear does make a good point, having the spoon and the X-Cal, that's basically 18,000 damage right off the first 2 turns.
PixelTamer headed the Baron, I believe.
And Acre outlining our trip to the legend. We need to get the Earth Crystal, to get the Hook, to get the Rat Tail, to get the Pan, the Darkness, the Luca Key, to get the Baron Key, to finally find it in the trash can. The least fun we had.
Oh, hey. By the way, we have a certain question we like to ask, don't we?
Oh yes, whose butt are we kicking today? Shh, Woo Bear, shh, we got it, we didn't forget.
Good. Throw that silk web and pray.
Reminds me of my Windows 98 days.
Rydia eating the counter nuke is not what you want to see, but is. Oh! Well, that was a fairly high roll for a counter nuke from Zermus. Not even picking up the Rydia, just going to like work with it.
Given the damage that they have, and of course the 2 throw items, yeah, I can completely understand that.
King whiff in the first attack after the reveal is pretty normal because of just how the Z fight works. Because you always have that little moment where it's just still transitioning from the pre-fight to the actual fight, and sometimes you just like get actions eaten up by it. It happens.
Wait, with how much damage they're doing with the white nuke, I'd at this point just kill off Kane and try and do the hybrid where you get it down without the refill.
I think we're at the point where
There is just so much damage coming on Tirasu's side. This is about as one-sided as it can get against Aromas.
I mean, you hopefully want Zermus to be a very lopsided fight in your favor.
That is true. PixelTamer now has Go mode, getting their Legend Sword from the dumpster.
Praying for that low roll Big Bang.
Even without them, Pooh's got enough magic defense it's not going to knock them out, and Rose is well out of the range.
Rarely nearly takes out Fu.
You know, almost got that commentator curse off. Had to try.
It's white. Against. Zerma should go down soon. That's the black hole coming out, but it does not matter at all, except for the fact that Fu's about to nuke his face off. Bye, Fu!
Mostly doesn't matter.
At this point, I would just focus on keeping your berserkers alive, and, you know, yeah. Oh, there's a medial phase. You can feel that medial phase change over. And it misses Edge, so that's the only thing that was the last thing that could have gone wrong here.
Yeah, having that Cure 4 queued up, so it's just a matter of a few more seconds.
Medio coming out again. Missing everyone except for Ed, you know.
And there we have the flashing. We have Tirasu finishing with an SRL time of 1 hour, 45 minutes, and 56 seconds.
Get those GGs out in chat. And let's see if they want to come in for an interview.
PixelTamer doing a few more there to even out their levels. CapnBWhite heading in up and trying to take on the Bahamut spot again, which of course we know is the Ant Lion.
And I think we're joined by Tirasu. GG.
GG.
So yeah.
That was a moon.
Yeah, that was a moon. How did you feel about that goal, Bez?
The setup was nice because Edge, you know, very fast, and with Reflect on him, Berserk, it's pretty.
All right, and then you had like not just like Golbez up there. You had Odin. You had Gauntlet at Ogopogo guarding nothing.
I almost reset out of that Gauntlet, but I wasn't sure what my opponents were or anything. So it's like, this could be something. I haven't seen anything useful. Let's do it. I've got a decent party. Oh, Rydia's dead.
Rydia spent most of the seed dead. Which is a shame because you had Bahamut.
I had Bahamut, I had Asura, I had Leviathan. I ended up getting Nuke on her, and she never even got to nuke Zerome.
Oh no, she immediately got like sent to the Shadow Realm like that.
But I was ecstatic to see that vanilla D-Mist holding Magma Key.
Because otherwise you're going to go down that hook route. Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't have been a scary hook route. Starting out with Fu, I mean, that was going to be nothing.
Yeah, and it's not like the hook route really had anything to write home about for bosses anyway. Because they're all up on the moon, it turned out.
The only thing missing was a Kainatsu.
And at this point, Kainatsu is either sitting down there on the throne or in the Tower of Babel. I mean, the Giant of Babel, and who's going to go there?
Yeah, of the three runners, PixelTamer was the only one to do the hook route. Never even checked D-Mist, so never got the Magma Key.
We saw Kaipo in. Kaipo in, I believe, was D-Lunars.
Yeah, Kaipo in was D-Lunars. I only checked that because I was like, I just want the boss for Foos, because I think I was like 1 away from getting Nuke, so it just kind of serendipitous, I guess.
Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, this is a quick, easy spot. You can get this real easy. And hey, it's Vanilla D-Mist. Which was a portent of things to come, like Vanilla Vigan, which we completely forgot about, and Vanilla Evil Wall.
Yeah, PixelTamer are just now getting into the Zoromas fight themselves, so about to see the reveal there. And unfortunately, CapnBWhite still running around.
Oh boy. And no Z-Sprite, it 404'd us.
Yeah, we need to get Scala on that. See what went wrong.
Yeah,
Also, I don't know. How did you feel about the Zeramus fight?
I was a little sad that Rydia, immediately went for a dirt nap, and then Fu decided to nuke himself, but otherwise, that Z fight wasn't scary. I mean, I have a Spoon and Excalibur for Edge to dart. Rose is really high level. She's got Cure 4 and White. I had an Elixir, which didn't do anything, but still, it was a pretty straightforward and easy Z fight.
Yeah, and also Antlion on the moon.
Yeah.
I saw that you saw that Antlion and went like, you wait right there. I'll be with you in a moment.
No, Antlion and Bahamut spot specifically. That's such a hard hitting spot. I have illusions. I could have just got through it, but I already had 10k items. Let's just do my grind and make this fight easiest.
Also, it looks like Rydia is also taking a dirt nap for PixelTamer immediately.
Oh yeah, where was life potions? Because I never found them, or I overlooked.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't recall off the top of my head. I do know the other runners got it. I had commented at one point that I watched you cast a Life 1 on one of your grind fights.
I mean, I have life 1. I don't have life potions. Let's go.
It looks like CapnBWhite clearing tower. The heartbreaking part is they left Moon before getting the Luca key, so they're gonna have to go right back up after this.
Anyways, thank you Legend Harvest for doing the restream. Thank you Ikir for doing tracking, and of course, thank you Paranoia and Married to Let's Play for doing commentary. I need to go.
You do that.
Enjoy your first place.
And thank you for joining us.
GG. Catch y'all later.
Going back to PixelTamer, it looks like they had a near wipe experience with a big bang that they didn't get nerfed. Kane just now getting back up, and the Cure 4 getting off to stabilize him again.
And he's shaking already. Get that direct nuke off. You do not want to be eating another full force Big Bang. Rydia is an acceptable sacrifice. And hey, she didn't even die. It's fine.
That was a nice low roll that time.
Unfortunately, Kane and Rydia are liable to die here. Even to a nerf Big Bang. Okay, Kane dies, Rydia lives.
Was not expecting that. That was a very nice low roll. CapnBWhite back on the moon. Unfortunately, the Ogopogo spot doesn't have anything of interest, and we'll have to go back up to... Was it Bahamut that had Luca Key? No, that was...
It was Wyvern that had Luca Key.
That's right. Thank you.
And I mean, I understand abandoning Moon to once you see that done and you have this you have this item checked back on Earth from Moon. I understand abandoning Moon to go check that out.
Oh, definitely. I think it was a reasonable choice. It's just unfortunately not the right one, and you can't know that beforehand. PixelTamer looks like they've gotten themselves reestablished, getting the Bacchus wines out. Also not going for a hybrid, well, going for a hybrid strategy, but not going for one that goes past the refill on health on Zeromus. There are three real big strategies that you can do on Zeromus, either the full melee Zerkers, or full reflex, or you can do a hybrid. Doing the hybrid approach, you can do a sort of middle ground and prevent your characters from being berserked, or stopping them from being berserked before the health refill on Zeromus. And the health refill happens if you do regular attacks on them before, at around the 40,000, 45,000 range. If you attack Zeromus, it'll do a full health refill.
Correct. Now, ooh, that's a unnerved vein. That's rough. If this goes directly into Medio, we might wipe.
And Fu not having any MP left. Oh no.
Please, Miss Rosa. That is all you need!
Yeah, get this heal up, and then Kane's just gonna whittle Zeromus down.
Okay, the important thing there is that Rosa would have survived no matter what. Medio. Just spam that medium. And there goes Zeromus for PixelTamer. They have taken second place with an official time of 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 45 seconds. Get your GGs out in chat.
As if to add insult to injury to CapnBWhite's fight there, having to fight the inventory boss when getting the healing item from the gargoyle.
And I believe PixelTamer will be joining us in just a moment for an interview. GG, PixelTamer, and congratulations on that run.
Thank you. I thought things were going really well, and then I got super rabbit holed on the moon because there was almost nothing there.
Well, technically there was something there.
I said almost nothing.
Moon was required.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It makes you feel any better. Everyone took the same path of going to the bottom and working their way up, so...
Yeah, that doesn't feel bad. How many people went and grabbed Fu right away?
Everyone, basically.
Yeah, I figured as much. Did everyone remember about the twin magic trick?
Yes, actually.
Okay, cool.
Cap'n did wait just a little bit longer. Oh, getting the blank screen.
That blank screen is just so insulting when you're like, did I get the Legend Sword or not?
Oh no. What spot was he at?
Gauntlet.
Okay, so... we know he didn't then.
That was just a white shirt.
Yeah,
But-
sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, so you did the hook route.
Yeah, never found the magma key.
Would you like to know where the magma key was?
I'm guessing it was actually, no, tell me, because I have no idea.
it was so D-Mist was at their vanilla spot.
Vanilla and D-Mist had Magma Key?
Yep.
Huh. Well, I had a really easy time with Hook, so I can't complain too much. I actually skipped Evelyn Castle for once. I almost always do that when I'm doing a Hook route just for the levels.
Oh yeah, that's a strategy that I usually do as well when I know it's going to be a hook seed, or at least think it is. So.
Yeah, overall, I'm really happy with the run. Feel like I did things pretty well overall, only a couple little things here and there. So yeah, up to 6 points, I guess.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, though? How do you feel about those moon bosses, though?
You know, they weren't as bad as they could have been. I've had so many Wyverns at Ogopogo spot, I was just glad to see something that wasn't it there. Golbez was a bit nasty, but otherwise things weren't too bad.
Also, I'm pretty sure you enjoyed strolling up to Wyvern at the top of the tower and them just like whiffing that Mega Nuke on 2 people.
Oh yeah, that was thrilling. I was just happy to get the 2 Starbales off, and then to see that, oh, only Rydia died.
Oh, it's just Rydia. Who cares?
Although she did work in the final fight.
Yeah, this run, there was a lot of dead Rydias in just about every fight on every screen.
Everything just seemed to be tagging Rydia for everyone.
Yeah, it took a while to get her started.
So the only one of the 3 runners, CapnBWhite, was the only one to check the music spot. We got some sweet Super Mario Bros. 2 athletic theme.
Cool. I guess one other thing is I'm watching the spoiler go by on my screen. Yeah, Antlion at Bahamut was rude. Any physical boss there is rude.
Yeah. And it just happens to be one of those physical bosses you can't really, like, just nerf into oblivion like you can with Octoman.
Yeah, although it helps that most of my party had a way of dealing damage that didn't involve the fight command.
We do see CapnBWhite picking up their Luca keys, and casting exit, so they're probably heading down to Earth.
Or they could be checking out elements.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that they exited out of their Antlion attempt.
Yep, they're going straight back in to check out Peldem, hoping that the Legend Sword is there.
So, PixelTamer, any last thoughts on the seed?
Just sad that Alexa couldn't join us today. I hope she feels better soon.
Yeah, she has decided to back out of the rest of the tournament matches for personal concerns. So anyone that hadn't caught that early on, she will be back streaming tomorrow, the next match. So everyone should look forward to that.
Yeah, otherwise, GG everyone. I'm gonna hop off so I can watch the stream and see how Captain's doing.
All right, thank you for joining us.
And CapnBWhite is going down to check out the elements.
So we were talking about 17 out of 17 earlier. I had forgotten that Tirasu hadn't gotten the Sand Ruby from Dwarf Castle. So CapnBWhite will be our only runner to officially get 17 out of 17.
This should not be a slow elements fight, but just spam your stronger spells and he'll die. Okay, don't spam white on the K nozzle form. For whatever reason, it absorbs wholly. Now,
I was actually not aware of that.
Now, for whatever reason, Valvalis here is weak to holy.
Is that only for the elements fight, or is Vanilla Kanazo also?
It's only for the vanilla, the elements fight. Like the Rubicant form, it counts as a mage. for whatever reason. The vanilla Rubicon does not count as a mage, but that one does. Yes, we had one person do music. It was the Super Mario Bros. 2 level theme. CapnBWhite has finished clearing up the moon, and probably going to go check out that Luca key.
It should be at least a nice quick check, run through, take down vanilla wall, and then straight into Baron.
Yeah, he has no desire to go up that tower. I cannot blame him.
Well, CapnBWhite already dove tower when they first got the tower key. In fact, CapnBWhite was the first person to go up. And then when they got the Luca key from the moon, they came down and checked, and then of course reloaded a previous save to go back and finish off those moon bosses.
Right. Okay.
This is really all that's left. It's just a straight line. Get the Baron key, go up, do King of Baron, get the sword, make the crystal, and finish everything off.
And win. Now, Zermus should be fairly academic at this point. You just go up there and you murder him.
Yeah, barring a misplaced anchor, yeah, I don't see any real issue here. And they've already got Fu in the middle spot, so unless they use a curse ring, they've already probably got the lowest agility person in the spot to begin with.
They're about to pick up their Baron key and fight their evil wall.
Yeah, and knowing in this position that you've gotten everything else, you already know that it's going to be Baron key before you even pick it up.
Hello, evil wall. Probably goodbye, evil wall.
Yeah, when Evil Wall's only doing 1 damage to Rosa, you know you're in a pretty good shape to finish off this game. Taking a moment and just watching Fu, there's something very hypnotic about his glowing eyes and mouth moving.
That missed.
I think the stop spell was a misclick because it was right next to Nuke on Fu's list.
That'd be why.
And down goes the wall.
And now we just leave this place.
Doing a little bit of spell management. Getting Rydia in the top position and moving her spell to the top means that you can just go into the menu, put your cursor over magic, hold A, and it'll go through the menus and get to warp as quick as you can possibly go.
Warping out of the sealed cave here. Now, normally you cannot exit out of this cave because of plot triggers. Like you have the thing at the bottom of the cave. You have to fight the boss there, and when you are trying to get out of the cave, there's a cutscene that happens as you're exiting through the entrance room. But you can warp through the floors, so you don't have to traverse them all. And that's just what CapnBWhite is doing right here.
Yes, unfortunately, it seems like some of the best places to be able to use exit, you're out of luck if you need to. It's a walk or a warp back.
I mean, Tower does it. Oh, hello, we've landed on the plateau. Tower does it. You cannot exit out Tower, either upper Tower Babel or lower Tower Babel. You cannot exit out Baron Castle.
You can't even do it in the Bull Castle, but you can in places like Troya.
Right. You cannot exit out Tower Zot, even if you'd really like to.
Well, at least it casts exit for you at the end of it. If only all the rest did.
CapnBWhite rapidly closing in on Baigen and Luge, and going to get their, Legend Sword.
Luge being one of the bosses blocking that last cannon was just a nice little twist of the dagger, since you have to essentially go through two small fights, wasting
Right.
even more time.
But, it's not the worst thing.
Rydia just gonna use Quake to finish up those arms real quick.
Baigen's disembodied arms just hanging there in the air.
I always
Have
hate
you
it when someone punches me in the chest and my arms go flying off.
Have you seen our body? We are looking for our body. If you have found our body, please call this number. Also, kill these two jerks.
It always concerns me that Ballnub's shoulders are wider across, I think, than he is tall.
Some people are just built like that. Dr. Lugay is not one of them.
I would say, I see what you did there. Some people are built that way.
The Loogie is dead. Long live the Loogie. Here's a Rosa. Would you like an anchor? No. I don't blame you.
And now the long walk to our trash can.
Which we know has go mode. It's such a lovely walk. just gives you time to reflect on life and why you're walking down to a trash can to check out what's in it. And there's the Legend Sword. Soon, the seed will be finished for CapnBWhite. All he has to do is go turn that in. And
Turn
get
that
him...
in, get to samurai arrows in the shop, and then off they go.
Berserk everyone. If you can do it, berserk everybody. It's funny. I've totally not lost races doing that.
I haven't lost a race, but I have lost a couple seeds. Good times to seeds to Zeromus, thinking that I can afford to just get everyone berserked. That said, if you happen to get 4 or 5 Berserkers against Zeromus and you only get the one nerf big bang because you've just clogged the queue, that is always fun.
I mean, it's always great where you just have like a bunch of people like taking off 2,000 to 3,000 health off Zeromus at a time. Maybe a Cecil in the background just shaving off 5k a hit. CapnBWhite going to pick up Bacchus wines from Tamara.
Grabbing some last minute cabins as well.
You know what? You have this money. Why not spend it? Checking out his agility.
Sometimes you just like the swag, role player. Sometimes just like the swag.
A Heron robe on Rosa.
Trying to get the agility down just a little bit, and it's 1.2 low. I would say that's still a decent anchor, as long as you've got someone faster than 41 in your party. Oh wait, no, 41 would be the absolute worst. Ignore me. 43 would be the one that's slightly, just slightly worse than 42.
That Master Moon taking it off of Edge just does not help you.
And yeah, honestly, 20 agility isn't that bad. It's not the greatest, but if you've got a couple silk webs on hand to worry about the black holes, you'll more than make up for it. Yes, Endodo? Sorry, I'm not sure your name. But yes, as soon as you start the Z fight, you start with full health. I don't think you can throw the dwarf axe, which has a certain kind of irony to it.
Yeah, the Z fight starting you off at full HP and MP is based on the fact that in vanilla, prior to the final boss fight, there was this big long cutscene of all your wiped out party members getting revived one by one by, visions of the people you've met along your journey. It's all very nice and, good for the moment. It's cut out here.
Yeah, nothing would be worse if they had kept that cutscene in, and you get a wipe and you have to go through it again immediately afterwards.
To add to that, someone other than Crystal can throw not Crystal. Cecil can throw the crystal at Zeromus. And vanilla, I think only Cecil can.
Yeah, along with that, we've also got the agility agnostic flag, which means that any character, even if you have a Cecil in your party, uh, can be the agility anchor as long as they're in the center spot. Normally, the game revolves around Cecil since he's never not in your party.
Shake, shake.
Now, I believe the shakes before you get a turn don't actually mean anything. I know that a lot of people seem to think that if there's multiple shakes before you get the crystal off, that means the agility is not on your side.
I would not direct cast a white spell onto I would not direct cast a white spell onto Zeramis. That's just that's a good way of getting a counter weak. I've had that cost me a seed before. Don't do that. It hurts. It hurts so much. Rydia eating the counter nuke.
Not
Is
too bad. Even with the nerf Big Bang, even if it rolls high, I don't think that'll take her down. So. We do see going for the full hybrid strats. I thought maybe since they were holding off on using the Bacchus, that maybe they were going to aim for the no refill strategy.
personally, I would like to see a flag that makes it that you have to have a certain character in the Z fight to throw the crystal. Of course, I guess I would also have to come with like rescue on by the same metric. That could be fun.
Yeah, if anyone watching this right now wants to see some of the future ideas for Free Enterprise, I believe Simbu posted a document with the current goals for future development. That is in the Discord, sorry. Speaking of the Discord, anyone that's watching should feel free to join. There's constantly little tournaments like this one that we're running, the Hummingway Open, but there's also almost daily races in our race channel, and everyone's real helpful. Everyone's really willing to help get you all set up in that.
Yeah, and this Zeramis fight should be fairly simple. Just reflect nukes, berserk your boys, go to town.
Yeah, not even bothering to. Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. There's the heal. Derp. I was gonna say, not even bothering to heal Riddy up. She's not gonna be. Her damage is nice, but not as especially necessary. Oh, and then a 9k roll. I'll just be quiet now.
Yeah, that Rydia, by virtue of like getting things from her levels, is going to probably be doing more damage for nukes than that Fu will, and she gets more of them because she gets some more MP. That is a dedicated mage difference right there. I think we did not. I think we got the. We had the HP refill.
Yeah, having anyone Bacchus, you're almost certainly going to run up into that HP refill, which isn't a big deal. This is, like you said, it's going to be an easy fight regardless.
Oh, never mind. I lied. There's a big bang. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, and I believe there's going to be a black hole after this one, so plenty of time to recover the HP, but it wasn't particularly scary.
That's assuming these nukes just don't. Starvell has fallen off Kane.
Hey, and there's the black hole.
Right on cue. So that's one of those side effects of, you know, lowering your battle speed. There's more ticks, I guess.
And
Oh,
we
and
are
we're in media.
rocks.
Who dodges and who dies? Kane dies. But who cares? Throw the Excalibur. And direct cast a nuke. No, it doesn't matter. He's
Swag
dead.
Excal kill.
Let's see if Captain B wants to come in for an interview.
And while we're waiting to check on them, we do have another Hummingway round 2 match tomorrow morning. Or I'm sorry, tomorrow afternoon at, looks like 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And that'll be Michael of Oz, Golden Hades, Chaos Hades, and Thivden? I believe that's how you pronounce their name.
Oh, I don't believe that's just all for tonight either.
Oh, I'm not seeing anything else on the schedule. We did have a match earlier this morning.
Alright, yep, no, I think you're right, actually. That is it for today.
So we do have that match tomorrow, and Alexa LaFay, who unfortunately dropped out of this match and the rest of the tournament, will be there to commentate. So, or, you know what? Let me double check. That might be the league game. Maybe that's what I'm missing.
Oh, I believe we're joined by CapnBWhite.
Hi guys.
Hey! So
That
how do
was-
you feel?
That was a clinic on what not to do. I deserve to lose that one. That was a lot of fun. I told Iker before the race I was going to go 17 out of 17 so that he wouldn't be bored.
You certainly did do that.
Yeah, I was sloppy the whole time. Like my brain was on B speed 6 the whole race, so like just sloppy things. I told myself like right from the beginning, like not gonna double dip anything. So that's why I put off a bull until I finally caved and checked Yang, and then ended up double dipping like 4 different times. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, you were the first person underground. You're the first person up to the tower to get that adamant. I think what killed you was taking so long to go through ordeals and Zot.
Yeah, I felt really good about that Demas find really early on, and then when I hit like the single check tower and found adamant, I was like, all right, cool, this can't possibly go off the rails. And then I kept gambling checks, and then I had ordeals left, and I was like, man, I was warned before this not to get got like Smatey did, and it sure happened. So I mean, like it was rough, and then I don't know. You probably got a kick out of that Wyvern fight when I popped Muhammad.
Yeah, you go up first. You go straight up to the tower. See that moon boss? Go in. It's like this possibly can't be Muhammad. It has to be like Hell Dim or something. Get a mega nuke to the face.
Yeah, that was my brain not working. I ran up, I didn't even think about saving, and then I saw it, and I was like, all right, 50-50 Pale Dim Wyvern. And it was Wyvern, and I was like, all right, yeah, I deserve this death. So definitely made sure to save the second time, but then I went into the fight and acted like a fool. But I was laughing when that fight was over. I was laughing the whole way out of the tower. That was a lot of fun.
Remember, everyone, if you use the summon on Wyvern, what does Wyvern do?
He mega nukes you. Gotta be careful about those moon bosses. They don't like summons.
Yeah, every single one of them, I think, has a counter specifically to summons.
Yeah, so that was partially a lapse in judgment and partially thinking maybe this will work.
I mean, it still worked out fine. You still killed Wyvern.
Yeah, but remember, kids, don't try that at home. Not a great idea.
I mean, there is the comedy option of getting a Starveil up on Rydia and just spamming like Bahamut. So
Yeah,
you're both
I mean,
trading mega nukes.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea actually. Maybe I'll put that in my next race. Yeah, that was fun. I think first place beat me by about 40 minutes. So GG's to everyone else in the race, and good luck going forward in this tournament.
All right.
And thank you guys for commentating and tracking everything. It's been great.
Did you have any comments about the moon bosses?
Man, so the troll bez, when I found that, I was like, oh, this will be fine, and then it wasn't, and I was like, I got to do this. Got through them, and then went to the plague spot, and like there were no dot dones at that point, and then all of a sudden, boom, dot done, and I was like I kind of like after that I was sitting there and I saved, and I was like, okay, do I go to Ogopogo, do I go to Wyvern, or do I go Bahamut? So I exited to go to Bahamut, and this is the first time I fought that antlion, and I was like, yeah, no. And then when I went into grind, I thought about going back and doing him, and then he just led me down a rabbit hole. Those moon bosses were not great, but they could have been a lot worse, especially having the football gauntlet up there. Like, I never like to see that on the moon.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us after that hurling seed. You put on a good show for us, and okay, I do have one more question. Did you enjoy that Starveil going down just in time for the nuke to Kane's face as I did?
That was great. Like, as soon as I nuked him, I was like, yeah. I was like, do I bring him back up, or do I just like try to push through this? And I just did a combination of both. But it's got to happen. This was a comedy run. That's all this was. Never take yourself too seriously. Got to have fun.
Yeah, and that's like a good attitude to have. And I also enjoyed the black hole right after. Good comedic timing, Zeramus.
Yeah, he's 404 on us, so like, what are you gonna expect?
But yeah, thank you for joining us, and thank you for racing.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Alright, so let me do one last update on the upcoming matches tomorrow. At 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the last match of Round 2 of the Hummingway Open. And again, the players here will be Michael Abaz, Golden Hades, Chaos Hades, and Vivden. And then immediately after that, or actually during the middle of that, at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, will be the second to last of the semi-final highway to the Zenith Zone. And that's going to be Error, Flurry 14, Night 2, and Tragus. Anything else that you want to put in before we start wrapping up?
No, I would like to point out that I've been informed that we're going to be rating Penguinator. So everyone go over there and show Penguinator your love and support everything from us. And anything else? No, I think that's it.
Like I say, one last final thanks to our runners tonight: Tirasu, PixelTamer, CapnBWhite, co-host It's Paranoia, our tracker Akir, and our restreamer Legend Harvest. Sorry about that. So whenever you're ready, Legend Harvest, I think we are ready to do our raid.